Hello and salutations, it's me, Salty. Welcome back to Sensource, and today we're going over the Marvel Legends Deadpool 2-pack with Deadpool and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Picked this up at Target for $49.99 before tax, something like that. But looking at the box, see, we get this kind of way they're doing with Deadpool, so it's like Marvel Legends, and instead of like Wade Wilson or like their names, it's scratched out with their code names. Deadpool, fake sticker put over the X-Men logo. We have Negasonic and we have Deadpool. Each of them have a variety of accessories to include, knife, pistols, unicorn, effects, multiple hands, swords, all that kind of stuff. Top of the box has this kind of fake Deadpool sticker, which looks very real. It actually has kind of a seam, I believe it's just embossed over top of the Marvel Legends logo. My box was damaged, which I think is why no one bought it. Joke's on them. I'm an opener. I don't care if the box is damaged. Bottom of the box is all that crap. Some more damage. Side of the box has Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Other side is Deadpool. Back of the box is the same artwork with, again, the names are scratched out with their code names written in. All that out of the way, I'm going to get them open. We'll look at all these accessories, which will take a little bit of time. We'll go over articulation, look at the sculpt, and call it a day. Starting off with the accessories, we'll kick it off with Negasonic. She has 2 additional hands, a closed fist for the right, and an open splayed hand for the left. So, some nice kind of sculpted detail there on the gloves, the lines and the like. A little sloppy on the paint, but not too bad. Simple hinge mechanism for in and out, and the 2 swirly dirly plastic effects that we've seen a few times. Very malleable, very squishy, not a hard plastic at all. They just slide over the hands and the forearms. 2 accessory holding hands for Deadpool for left and right. Same simple hinge mechanism. Painted silver on the back of the hands, which does not follow with all the sets of hands. But I believe these are for the katana, just based on kind of that open system there with no trigger. The katanas fit in the hands just fine. Speaking of trigger fingers, here we go. These both have hinges for up and down instead of in and out. Again, silver paint on the back, where the other 2 sets of hands to include the fists for the left and the right and these kind of splayed hands for the left and right. Simple hinge mechanism going in and out, but they did not paint the silver on the back. That includes the hands with the figure were not painted silver on the back. We got a little knife that goes into a sheath on his boot, as so, just like that. We got these 2 little laser pistol type deals that they have been giving us for some time now, so nothing you haven't seen before. Laser pistol things fit in the hand with a little bit of finesse. You kind of have to force the trigger finger into the trigger well there. And this is one of the pistols from one of the holsters. It's just a little dab of glue that holds it there on the trigger well inside the holster, so if you heat them up, you can pretty well just pull these out. This particular one required little to no force and actually popped out with no problem. The other one's a little more in there, so a little bit of a boil and pop, so to speak. The pistols that were glued into the holster actually fit in the trigger hands much better, so makes me wonder why they did that. We also got 2 katanas. This one has a number 5 on it. This one has a number 8, not sure why. Very bendy, so if you leave them too long, they'll probably get bent, but at least they're not going to snap. And of course, we got the unicorn. So, painted blue eye, gold horn, not much else in the way of paint. No articulation, but the legs do bend a little bit, so that's something. And I guess if you wanted to, you could use this open splayed hand to hold the unicorn, if you felt like it. We'll kick things off again with Negasonic. Looking at this Brianna Hildebrand head sculpt, which looks like a nice head sculpt, and looks not too dissimilar to her. From that angle, maybe a little more, but if you do a side-by-side photo with this face and Brianna Hildebrand, it does not look a whole lot like her, at least from the movie. So this might be a more modern head sculpt. Who knows? Let's go over articulation. She can look up that far, look down that far. She gets her side to side, teensy bit of tilt. Shoulder can spin 360, come up to a hair over 90. Single joint in the elbow comes up at a 90. Elbow swivel, wrist swivel, and the wrist pivots in and out. She can't really lean forward at all. Leans a lot further back than she leans forward. She has side to side, but not much. Swivel. She kicks forward at a 90, doesn't really kick back at all, kicks out to about a 45, thigh swivel, double joint in the knee, comes back that far, boot swivel, ankle goes back, forward, and ankle rocker. Which brings us to Deadpool, and I very much like the sculpt on this, it kind of looks movie accurate in terms of all the kind of threaded details and the like on the uniform. I ended up with a little bit of almost a yellow paint. Maybe it's supposed to be dust or something on his shoulder pad. I'm not entirely sure if that's supposed to be there or if it's a kind of factory blemish, but I like it. His little shoulder thing reaches down to his belt, all connected. The paint on his buckle is off-center and splotchy, to put it politely. But this is all connected as one piece and it floats. You can see here that one of my pistols came out with no problem. I have yet to remove this one, but I'll get around to it. Where the belt is free floating, these holsters are not. They are glued to the side of the thigh here, as well as the sheath down here on the ankle is also glued down. Also, the scabbards for the katanas on his back are glued on. They're not pegged, so not going anywhere probably. All that out of the way, let's go over articulation. He has some type of dumbbell in the bottom of the neck as well as a dumbbell in the head. Allows him to only look up that far. Allows him to look down that far. Of course, we get side to side, and we do get tilt. Not a lot of it, but a very natural looking tilt. And you get this kind of shifting, sort of. The shoulder spins 360 with no problem. It comes up past 90. Butterfly joints go backwards and forwards. Bicep swivel. Double joint in the elbow comes up that far. But on mine, the elbow is kind of loose and wiggly. Though the arms are pinless, the knees are not. Not sure what happened there. But we have swivel in the wrist, of course, hinge in and out. Ab crunch allows him to lean forward that far. He can lean back that far, but his katana scabbards kind of crash into him a little bit. Swivel at the waist, kicks forward at almost a 90, kicks back pretty far for a Marvel Legend, kicks out to about a 45. Thigh swivel. Double joint in the right leg only comes up that far because it crashes into this, where the double joint in the left leg comes up that far. Ankle goes back, forward, and ankle rocker, of course. So here's the three all together that I have. I've thought about getting Domino, but I haven't pulled the trigger on her yet. So we got Cable, Deadpool, and Negasonic. You can see that Cable and Deadpool are about the same height. Maybe just Cable is just a smidge taller. Negasonic's, a lot shorter. What I would like to see is a Colossus and Juggernaut 2-pack from that movie. I think that'd be a nice thing to see, since they've done those as a 2-pack before, just different versions. I'm sure they could do it. It's not too bad. I think, for the price, I think you get a lot of accessories, kind of a lot of bang for your buck with this set. I'm pretty pleased with it overall, I'd guess. And that's really all I got for today. If you like what you saw, then all that I ask is that you click like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to help me out, and I always appreciate it. And let me know down below if you're going to pick up this 2-pack, or if you're just going to buy one or either of the characters separately, if you think it's worth it, or if you're going to buy any of these at all. So, thanks for stopping by today and spending some time with me. And until next time, I'm Salty, signing off.